Good evening, viewers, and welcome to Your Real Property. My name is Peter Berube, and I'm your host. This show will try to shed light on local businesses and local businessmen and positive things here in the Waterbury area. I'm a local realtor and a Waterbury taxpayer who would like to share input from guests with you, the viewers. Tonight, I'm lucky enough to have a return guest, Ralph Dorenz from Dyer's Edge, as well as a client, Ted Michell. Ted, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Peter.
Ralph, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Peter. Appreciate it.
Ralph, can you please tell the viewers a little bit about your business and then get right into Ted's story?
Sure, I'd like to do that. My name is Ralph Dorenz. I own Dyer's Edge in Woodbury, Connecticut. I've been in business starting 4 years now. I'm starting my 5th year, and what I do is I do a holistic weight loss program based on good nutrition, portion size, and lifestyle. 7 years ago, I lost 100 pounds, and I have not regained it at all. And so I learned what works for me and how to go about losing weight. When I started my business 4 years ago, I decided that it was time to try to help other people because I had learned how to do it, and it was something that I had a passion for. I had learned, enough about it, and in working for 4 years with people, I've learned an awful lot more. And I've been very successful with many people. I've probably worked with over 100 people so far, many with medical problems, such as diabetes and cholesterol problems. We had some people with IBS, and so the program that I use is very, very general. It's off-the-shelf foods that, again, are healthy for anyone. A doctor would look at my program and say that that's a good, healthy way to eat. The eating portion is one thing, but to keep the weight off, it requires that you change the way you live your life. I have with me tonight Ted Michell, and Ted has been a client and also a good friend. He'll tell you a little bit more about how we met and how we got started, but he's a shining example of an average guy, a young guy, who has been able to change his life for the better. We were home and we forgot to bring a jacket. He has a size 56 jacket at home that, again, we left back at the house, but he's nowhere near a 56 any longer. And these are the pants that I had last time, but just these were my pants. And you can see that they fill the screen pretty nicely. But Ted has a pair very, very similar to these, but his are a little bit larger than these, actually. Let me introduce Ted and let Ted tell you a little bit about himself and his story and how we met and his tremendous success.
Interesting story. I'd known Ralph for about 5 or 6 years and just knew he was a biology teacher. That was about it, through a mutual friend. And we were out for lunch on a Saturday, and I had been going through a time in my life where every time I tried to do something, I was always tired. And I never wanted to admit that I was overweight, and I always just said I was big. And my doctor of 20-something plus years would never have a conversation with weight with me because I told him I didn't want to discuss it. And Ralph and I started talking at lunch on a Saturday, and I decided to give it a shot and try out this program he had. I was never on a diet before in my entire life. I did nutrition programs when I was younger for weightlifting. And sports, and I went home that Saturday and told my wife that I was no longer drinking beer and that I was going to go on a nutrition program and I was going to lose weight, and I wanted to beat Ralph. Lost 100 pounds and I wanted to beat him, and that started the program that I started with Ralph. And for me, the challenge was writing notes every day and focusing on my journal. Ralph and I spent quite a few weeks together at the beginning, twice a week, and he tried to tell me, well, you have to do the program this way. I said, no, Ralph, I'm an extreme type of guy. I do everything to the extreme, and I want the whole program. I want the whole program now. I'm doing it right now, the whole program, and that's what we did. It was challenging at times, but I always kept a positive attitude about it. And I always talked to Ralph about that. Ralph was always there. It was always a phone call, and it was always about how do you feel? What are you doing now that you can't do for the rest of your life? I said, absolutely nothing. I'm on 3 years now. It took me 1 year, 1 month, and 3 days to lose exactly 113 pounds. Maintaining 100 pounds right now. I go on the scale every 3 to 4 days, and I fluctuate 4 to 5 pounds in a 2-week period. I just stopped smoking 2 months ago, and that's been a challenge. I gained 4 pounds. And Ralph?
Well, let's follow up a little bit more on the lifestyle change. The previous show, Ralph and I really discussed on how it's a total lifestyle change. It's not really a fad diet or you're counting calories. Ralph was very, very open about talking about giving you a grocery list. You shop off that grocery list, you eat off that grocery list, and you change the way you think about life. I know the physical part, Ralph had recommended most clients walk maybe 6, I forgot if you said 6 miles, half mile. I mean, to me, that lifestyle change, how hard was that for you to adapt to, or was that something you were willing to adapt to? I mean, you mentioned stopping smoking, that's a really no-go for me. My wife will kill me for saying that, but I mean, I cannot make it without cigarettes. But as far as not drinking beer, to me, it sounded like that was maybe the hardest thing to stop.
That was, yes. Yeah, that was tough. I love drinking beer. Mm-hmm. When I was in college, I used to go to beer drinking contests and bring my own keg. But it was, I guess the big thing, I've always been physical. I'm in the construction business. Yep. I've always been very, very physical. Mm-hmm. It didn't catch up to me until when I got about 40, and it's true.
You look like you're mid-30s.
No, I'm going to be 45.
Really?
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
That's a good thing.
But it was a rude awakening. I was out there working with my son around my house, working all week at my job physically, and then working on the weekends with my son. It was like I was tired all the time, and it was hard for me to work. And I'm going, this isn't hard work. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's where it started to dawn. I mean, it took me a couple years to sink in that it's time to do something. And my biggest concern was my cholesterol went up to 200, which my cholesterol was never 200. It was always low.
Now, you had mentioned your doctor still refused to talk to you about diet with your cholesterol level hitting 200? Or you shut him down before you even got to
I shut him down before.
Ralph, let's talk a little bit about how it seems that you tailor each individual's program. It doesn't seem to me that you just have carte blanche and just wipe a magic brush and every single client operates the same way, say, Ted would. Do you customize, you see what Ted's needs are, and you're able to customize your program to Ted's needs?
Correct. Yeah, that's what I do. One weight loss plan doesn't work for everyone. Anyone who's tried to lose weight knows that some plans seem to work better for some people, some plans don't seem to work. My wife, for example, she has a very difficult time losing weight on a carbohydrate diet. She does very well on a protein diet. But everybody is different. And I found what worked for me, and mine was portion size. I mean, I still eat everything that I used to eat. I still enjoy a glass of wine. And the thing is, I haven't really changed the foods that I eat. I changed the quantity of the foods that I eat. And I think that's one of the key things that you can't go in and tell somebody you're never going to have this again, or you got to do this, or you got to do that. We're human beings, and again, we all have our likes and dislikes. We have our wants and our desires. And the thing is, you can't take someone and make them uncomfortable.